right, live and direct. Welcome to another episode of Just Cooling Podcast. I am Country Red.
I am DJ Quinn.
We have a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background, brother.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I am Brian. My hacker alias is Shah Ronan, aka Roro. I am a ethical hacker and a SOC analyst, not for the feats, but for security.
All right, man. Glad to have you on the show, brother. So
Thank you.
can you explain to the listeners and just the average Joes, man, what is a ethical hacker?
Uh, Basically, a person who is given the thumbs up to test a company's like security appliances and stuff. So, um, how a company has like the server set up, the end user computer set up, whatever type of other like devices. An ethical hacker gets permission from the company to find what they can as far as flaws are concerned in that company. That's like the overall gist of it. Using either attacking the computers themselves or like web applications. Like if you're on like a web page or something like that, people can like try to do stuff other than like defacing a website. And thankfully, it's not tied to hacking Facebook. I hate that. That's so much.
That's funny.
Let me ask you a
Cool.
question. How often does a company gets hacked?
Hmm.
A lot. Almost every 2 days, I'm hearing something that's not public of a company that's getting hit in some way. I think there's been stuff from like Amazon, another like media company got hit. This was recently. Um,
Okay.
it's pretty frequent. There's a lot of people who have an exceptionally large amount of time on their hands to be doing this so frequently and whatnot.
So,
Is
like,
it?
what?
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was gonna say, is it easy to stop them, or do you guys like usually have to have some time to stop them?
It depends. If it, I want to say it like this: 99% of the time, yeah, it can be handled. But the 1% is the tricky stuff because that would be something that is so out of the box. Like no one really knows like how the hell that's even possible until you actually like look at it, like look at the actual incident, what's going on and stuff like that. But as far as like security appliances, what I've seen so far, they've been doing like their job in preventing a lot of like most known stuff. It's the new shit that breaks stuff.
What made you get into that field, Brian?
Uh, Two things. Well, no, three, three. One was when I was just a wee pup. This comedy film called Hackers. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be a comedy. It was supposed to be a drama, but that movie was stupid as all hell. That kind of got me into the. It's like the that's what I thought hacking was, where you just type fast and then that's basically it. But I learned later on from this TV show Leverage, where this the hacker character was played by like black dude, dude like go by the name Aldous Hodge. He was the dude who was like in Hawkman in that Black Adam movie.
Right.
And that was the first time that I saw somebody who looked like me and acted like me in that space, and that really like motivated me to go like, oh, I can be in this. Like I'm comfortable. Like I feel good enough that I can like be in a situation. The third one was uh, that show Mr. Robot, because every like hacking thing that was in it was 100% legit, and it was stuff like where, and it wasn't me like having to hear somebody from third hand saying it. Like it's like while I'm watching the episode, I'm seeing what people are like or typing in and what people are talking about. I'm like, yo, that's real shit. Like I did that.
Right.
Like I know what that is. Like I built that one, or I saw schematics or something like that before. So yeah, so that was like those are my primary influences. Yeah, I did. Uh, Actually, just
Oh, your
You don't know
audio
what
cut
it is.
out. Oh,
What's
there you
that?
go. Oh, like your audio had cut out. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
It's a yes, a script kiddie is basically somebody who doesn't know jack about hacking. They just want like that one application that does it all, which does nothing but just infect your computer with a whole bunch of viruses and laughs at your complete stupidity. So I had to come up in them ranks, of not knowing what the hell I'm doing to actually like knowing what I'm doing. What I mean, it's been fun.
Now, we all know the movie. What's the hacker movie with Holly Berry? What was that movie called?
Swordfish, that
How
horse
ac-
talkie. Oh my
how,
god! Hell
I was
no.
gonna say how accurate would you say that movie is as far as him having
Um,
the screens up?
I would probably say it has the accuracy of. It ain't got no accuracy.
No,
That movie was ass trash. It
no
was ass
accuracy.
trash. No, no. It was
Okay.
one of the movies like I watched in the theater and I was just like, yo, I would rather help a constipated elephant than watch any more of this. It was like I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't, man. It was no.
He said a constipated elephant, man. Them turds is huge when you go to the zoo. Like some big old dumbbells, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me ask you this, man. So, like, what are some of the most often tools that you use as far as an ethical hacker? Like, what are some of the tools that you use in your arsenal?
Uh that goes two ways. One, I use just a virtual machine with Kali Linux in it. Uh I basically had to like to learn what individual commands do and when to use them. That's for when I'm doing network hacking. When I'm doing web hacking, I'm using the tool. I'm using two things. Um, a tool called Burp Suite and OWASP Zap. They're basically they're two like proxy applications. Basic, it's like um, picture being in an airport and you're going through security. You see the people that are trying to bring you aside to say, "Hey, can I please touch your genitals for unnecessary reasons?" You see that, right? The
Okay.
proxy is like what's behind that, right? So the proxy is
Okay.
like the X-ray, is like the
Okay.
X-ray showing like what's in like your packages and whatnot, and it shows you like, okay, well, this is that, and like in everything. Those that's basically like my main toolkit, really.
Okay. For the kids out there who may want to get into it, let them know how long the test is when taking these tests to be a hacker, what you got to study and stuff like that.
Uh, okay. That that has a couple steps in it. One, there's EC Council. I was going to say E-Learn Security, but they do that stuff too. EC Council, they have a they have like a quiz. You have to take like a class first, and like the SAT is like $500 or something like that. I think that one is more like you can study to visually know what you're looking at because it's like multiple choice and everything like that. Where it's like, all right, what is this A, B, C, or D? But other certifications like from offensive security, they have a cert called like the OSCP. There is another organization who's getting like a cert up. I think it's brought by TCM Security. There is one more from a lab environment called Hack the Box, and my mentor in Belgium has one from his company as well. Now, the difference from those four is that the three are practical, which is you got an assignment, hack this thing, show me what you found, write a report, and that is that's the more like you have to know what you're doing in order to pass it, as opposed to the EC Council Certified Ethical Hacker, where just like just read the book and you straight kind of thing.
I know talking to you, back when you were taking the test for them, let them know how long the test was. Because when you told me how long the test was, I was like, what?
Oh,
Take a long time, probably.
all right. This is gonna sound crazy. The test is 4 hours long. I finished it in 57 minutes.
Oh man, wow.
What? Say that again. You finished it in what? It's 4 hours, but you finished 57.
Yeah, in 57 minutes, I was like done.
Wow.
Because after I finished, like I walked out and they was like, "Are you taking a break?" I'm like, "No, I'm done." It's just like that. Like I didn't mean to look like a douchebag when I said it, but it was like reactionary when she asked me. But yeah, they let me know that you passed. Congrats. And I'm like, all right, cool, thank you. I'll just take this and leave.
So, with you finishing that in 57 seconds, is it safe to say that you prepared a little bit more diligently, or you just kind of been practicing on the side, and then when you took the test, depending on, I guess, your mentors, and you combine all that, and you was able to kind of like finish that under an hour, or is that safe to say, or does that make sense?
Yeah, I get too analytical with stuff, so I needed to find like I always whenever I'm learning something new, I always try to build like a baseline of what I'm learning, and then just like stack up those topics, so I'm not going like almost all over the place and stuff. So I basically just like I was reading like how the book goes, and I'm like, all right, this says this tool and this is what it does. All right, well, what can I do with it? So I was like, I was being more practical with than the book was, in order for me to kind of understand what I was looking at and stuff like that. So like when I would see it like visually, I can like, immediately trace back everything that I know about that one thing and go, okay, no, it's this answer because of yada yada yada.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So, why do you think there's like a high demand for cybersecurity? I mean, it's a obvious answer to that, but I want to hear your opinion on that.
Somebody who's in all levels of that space, I got to come at it from all them angles, from the script kiddie, from somebody who don't know nothing, to somebody who does defending, and somebody who does attacking, because I do defending at work and attacking in my free time. But it's growing, because a lot of people are being creative, but then again at the same time, script kiddies are being stupid. But they're like as I was mentioning, where they would get tools that somebody else built. Well, I didn't mention this part, but they would get tools that somebody else built, but not know how deep the code goes, as far as it's being like malicious against you or just against whatever. And people like just throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to see what sticks, like almost every day, because it's in the hacker world, it's a rat race. It's who can get that one hack that'll just make a name for themselves. So that's kind of like what it is, where it's like every day a bunch of people are trying to look for that one thing that nobody else found, so they can get like the recognition, look for that and everything. So it's a every, I'm not gonna say every day, it's like a every hour thing.
It's more of like a competition in a sense.
Yep.
Oh man, that's scary. That's scary.
That's great.
Wow, that's interesting. So, what is your opinion on like autonomous self-driving cars, right? So, do you think that hackers can hack into that at some point, when all the cars at some point are going to go from gas to electric, self-driving autonomous cars? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, I have seen a device that it's like not even the size of my hand that is able to hack like those Tesla cars, even if they are automated. Like I've seen that done before, twice, and my feelings about cars like that, I've seen Total Recall. Hell no, I want no
Yeah,
parts of that. I
me
do
too.
not want
All
to.
of us have.
I do not want to go I don't want to give like a wrong damn direction, and then damn things shorts out and goes, all right, fuck this, and it just puts us like a river or something like that.
Go off a bridge, it's a river or
Yeah,
something.
like, like no parts of that, man.
Hey, they put a hit out on you. Like,
Yeah.
hey man, Alt
That's crazy.
delete. Yeah, that stuff scares me, man. That worries me, man. So I just wanted to pick your brain on that, man, because I always think about that, like, man, it's the way hacking is with cybersecurity, man. It wouldn't take them nothing. It's gonna probably take them a minute, but just imagine if that becomes a trend to where they can just hack into your whole computer system in your car. Because everything is pretty much computer related, then chip related and all that, and
Yep.
so it wouldn't be nothing for them to figure that out, man. So that's kind of scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
America,
Mm.
or the whole world, the global world. Like we gotta really figure that part out. With that being said, man, we're gonna go into our first commercial break, man. We gotta pay some bills real quick, man. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Hey guys, it's Yellow Papilio. Just wanted to say hey, give you some insight on the business, what started it. I've always loved candles since I was young. I love the colors. I love that they can be used for healing, for relaxing, the smells, just a variety of all the things that they're so awesome for. I started this business when I left a very toxic marriage, so it's just me and my son now. I wanted to do something that we could learn together, explore together, business-wise. I also wanted to bring happiness to your homes, so now I create candles. One you're looking at is a variety color one. It was pretty cool and fun to make. So I make candles to hopefully bring some happiness to your home. I hope that you enjoy. Take care.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to Just Cooling Podcast. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Hub family. Make sure you also like and subscribe, and make sure you check out Kickback with Sports Tuesday, the Milk Tray on Mondays, Kickback Thursdays, and also check us out on the Tattoo Shop Radio Fridays on Zeno.fm, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, we are back.
Absolutely. Hey, let me ask you, Brian, what do you do on your YouTube as far as
Uh,
what's going on over there?
I do a mixture of things just to kind of keep like a variety going. I do hacking videos where I go over like labs for hacking machines. I like review like new like our hacking techniques. I'm currently building out a bug bounty course that's mainly like being able to legally hack companies, and they give you either like points or swag or money for whatever you find. So I'm creating a course for that. Um, I I do like course content for my mentor. We did a course on ethical hacking. That's my opinion a hell of a lot more in depth than what I currently see like out right now. I do acting on the side, martial arts choreography. I work with a stunt team. Other than that, I write poetry as well as I'm getting back into music production. And I just realized I just listed way too many damn things that I do. Sorry.
Talk to us about the martial arts. How you compete? When's the last time you competed?
Last time I competed was a couple years ago in
Okay.
jiu-jitsu. I as far as my other competing, I just competed in a couple of Muay Thai bouts. Two of them were exhibitions. One of them was a legit sanctioned fight that I won by head kick, and the dude was like over 6 foot. So, but yeah, that was an interesting one that I did. Yeah, but I haven't really competed in a while. Didn't really have the need to. I was just like, I just like my heart wasn't in it. I was just like, I'll just train, you know what I'm saying, and do some stuff for film.
So we're gonna go into our first segment, man. So name us your top 5 songs that impacted your life.
All right, here we go. I want to say, "Don't Cry" by Seal. He's one of my favorite artists. Let's see.
Okay.
Um, Movies by Alien Ant Farm. That's like one of the coldest breakup songs. Let me
Okay.
see.
Okay. That's
You
first.
said one of the coldest breakups.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look that one back up. I remember that group. That group name.
Mhm. Let me see. Um, there's like a lo-fi hip hop group called like a Junior State.
Hmm.
They have a song called "Nostalgic" that is one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
Um,
That's 3.
there is. I'm sorry.
So now I'm saying that's 3 right now.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
just three.
counting.
Hang
Yeah.
on. I have to get my list because I have an eclectic collection, and I know I can get them last 2 real quick. You know, because "Enjoy the Silence" by Depeche Mode, and
Oh,
um,
that's trip hop. Trip hop. Yeah.
and hold up.
And Rick James.
Everybody wants to rule the world for Tears for Fears. That's it. There it is.
Say that last one again.
Uh,
Tears for
everybody
Fears.
everyone wants to rule the world by Tears for Fears.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
Tears.
that's a
That's
good one.
a classic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nah, I sampled that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
that's
good
a
one.
classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when they came out, man, my grandma had the cable box, the big brown one, the cord
Mhm.
on it on MTV. Yeah. I remember them. Yeah. Good one.
Yeah. My hip hop is like
So,
it's too. My hip hop list is like it's too extensive. Where it's like I can't
yeah, it's hard to name that 5 of them probably.
Yeah.
But I like how you broke that down, man. You probably the first guest to kind of go left, but I don't mean say left, but just different, eclectically. You know what I mean? If that
Mhm.
makes sense. So, how does one protect themselves from being hacked? Like, what are some tips that you can give a consumer or somebody that has, technology, laptops, and the internet and stuff like that?
I have to say thank you because I love this question. First and
Okay, no
foremost,
problem.
something is called two-factor authentication or like our 2FA. Basically, if it's creating a middleman for your like account basically. So if somebody has like your password whatever and signs in or whatever, two-factor authentication says, all right, you have to also authenticate this way, like as well, and that'll be like that will be completely different from what somebody would normally use. Either they have to use like another like pin code or get an email to um sent to them saying that did you authorize this, or here's like a link to click on if you want to proceed. That that is like the main like from a protection, like the number one thing that I always like suggest in as far as like securing the accounts and stuff and having them backed up to uh either I would say phone number, but PayPal doesn't do that, so I can't use that as an example. But
Uh-oh.
where you use a phone number, where it's like if you change your number, PayPal ain't gonna do a damn thing with it. That's why I didn't want to mention that one. But like the main
Okay.
one definitely is the two-factor authentication. So if you so again, like you log into one page, then it will say, all right, well, to really confirm it's you, we're gonna send something to something that you know, and then you're gonna confirm that, and then that completes like the whole like full security to your account and stuff.
Yeah, I know I have to do that when I'm in my crypto account. They make me do that when I'm doing a crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
Man, you
understand.
making any money with the crypto, man?
Hey,
You said that's confidential. I already know. I already know. So anybody that's like wanting to get into the field of like being an ethical hacker, man, can you explain like without like giving your number on how much you make, but talk about the potential of money that you can make for being an ethical hacker or just in cybersecurity in itself, if you
uh,
don't mind.
yeah. That depends on the city and the state. Um,
Okay.
as far as what I've seen, um, it's pretty high up there, about like 80 or 90 or so. For not for both hacking and defending. There, that's
Okay.
what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
For being like certified to defend uh, and attack. I think it's like a split, starting about like
Okay.
80 and up.
Okay. So is there like a burnout on that? Being in front of a computer all day or a laptop trying to do that, is the burnout ratio high or low or medium on
Uh,
that?
Depends on the department the security department that you're in and the severity of the incident. Um, if you're in like a incident response, yeah, you gonna burn out real quick. Cause I did that, and it was insane. When I moved over to SOC, it was less intense, but manageable. But it depends on how much like pressure you can actually like handle. That really like determines like that kind of ease.
So is that more like when you say pressure, like deadlines you have to meet with that
Yeah,
particular company?
because when incidents happens, like you need to get them done like ASAP. You need to know like what is going on 5 minutes ago, type of a thing. So you're racing
Oh,
against the
wow.
clock
Okay.
to try to like to figure out like what happened and how to contain like the incident and figure out what happened, be able to explain what happened, learn from it, and all that other stuff.
Okay.
now do
That's
you work with different companies? As far as like different companies being hacked, they say, hey, let's contact Brian, and that way he can kind of solve our problem or what we got going on or stuff like that. Or
No, I just work with one company,
okay,
and that's it. And for the defending part, I do uh, help with some contracts for hacking with my mentor on that end.
okay.
It's just stuff like that he
Could
would just like have like just on the side just to assign to me to see if I could like check something out or whatever, see what I can dig up.
could you actually freelance if you wanted to?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because you're gonna have to. You're basically saying I'm qualified to hack you, can I? And trying to convince a company that's kind of tricky. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, so it's like, hey, I want to break your stuff legally. Is that cool?
like, I
But
don't know.
yeah, that's kind of like what it's like. So you kind of have like, so you
got you.
have to have like your establishment already set, like when you present
Okay,
and like to a company and
Okay.
stuff.
cool. All right, so when I was looking at your YouTube page, I noticed that you're seem like you're a movie buff, and so I'm gonna ask you a question regarding movies, just based off your YouTube page, if you don't
Okay,
mind.
go ahead.
So, name a movie you would like to see be made that's not out yet. That could be from a book you read, an anime, or just someone when you was a little kid or something like that. Name a movie that you would like to see be made that hasn't been made yet, that's not out.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get you sucker, but I'm just messing with you.
Nah, that's not allowed. They're gonna do a prequel or a sequel or whatever. I don't know if I. That's like saying, when Come to America 2 came out. So I don't know.
Okay. 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 A sequel to the greatest movie in film history,
Uh oh,
which is
drum rolls.
Big Trouble in Little China,
I'm with you
Mm,
on that one.
okay.
Kurt
because
Russell. Oh wow.
they ended that
with the
with
truck
like,
scene.
yeah, that it was like, what happened? It's like, I want to know
Right.
what happened. You can't take me on
Yeah.
this ride and then just like leave that there. You know what I mean? Like he goes over to a truck stop. What happened? Like I wanted to know what happens
Man,
at the end of that. You know what I mean? Like they had some
wow.
comic books that kind of like I guess did like their own version of continuing it off or something like that. But I was like, yo, at least have like Jack, like just something with him in it.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
these kids
That's
don't know nothing
wild.
about Lopan.
It's that you failed the assignment. Oh my goodness, Lopan was a fool, man.
Hey, Lopan was he was OG though.
Oh, he
Yup.
was, man. He loved the ladies with the green
Yeah.
eyes.
Oh man.
Yeah. He was that old creeper, and then was
Yeah.
like, hold on, let me get fitted for these honeys real quick. Then that big old pinky nail pop out.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
have that piggy nail. I remember that.
Brian said Big Trouble in Little China, man. Yeah, I always watch that once, at least twice a year, man, when it comes on TV, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say if I had to think, well, I'm gonna go with the Running Man.
Oh, with
Yeah, that's a good one.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the Running
Oh,
Man.
With Sw-
God,
I
let's see
just
what
saw
he
that
said.
movie yesterday too. And I was like, what? What else could he do? In it? You know? I mean, like he was falsely accused of killing people to be in the games. He killed the host of Family Feud. Flew him into a billboard and ran off with the hot chick at the end, like how they always have it with that, with like there's a far off shot where they walk away in the sunset and that unnecessary rock song that just does the chorus every 2 seconds. You know, like how they always
He
end the
took him the
rap movies.
soundtrack to it.
Yeah,
I would like to see that pre-sequel if I'm gonna get you sucker though. That was a classic.
Man, who gonna
maybe
play in that though?
if they do that, then they go. Then that's the one where they answer how you go to the bathroom with all that shit on.
Who gonna play the Chris Rock role? When he's
They said they
like,
shooting, they shooting.
oh no, the dude with the Jerry curl. Oh man, drip drip. Chris Rock.
Oh, remember old girl? She said, yeah, I'm glad you told that secret because I got some secrets too. This wig, it ain't mine. Hey, but think about it. That was back in the day, so
Hey,
that's kind
now
of
look at it now. Everybody got all the women
same
got
thing.
fake parts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Fake body parts, man. Oh, that's the old
Oh,
girl played in the heat of the night.
yo, it was.
I forget her name, man, but I know what I'm talking about.
oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, she was nice though. She was
Yeah.
in Strictly Business with Tommy Davidson, I think.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
she
so. She was
was.
one of the main characters, and I think one of his love interests. I think in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
with old boy from Cosby Show. It was
I
like
forget his name.
he was like Lisa's wife or something, or husband or something, like the Navy. They were
Yeah,
from the Navy.
I know. He was in the military,
Yeah. Mhm.
something like that. But then Tommy Davidson was in there too. He was the main character. Though you said Strictly Business.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
movie was good too, bro. That's a
That
good
also
movie.
had
yeah,
Halle Berry in it, looking
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
The
indeed,
'90s, classic '90s movies, man. The Black
indeed.
'90s was the shit, man. So I'm gonna ask you this, man. So, what was the craziest story you heard about hacking, as far as the legal terms, like something that was just over the top, like wow, they got away with this? If you
Um,
could speak on it.
that's the only thing. Like, there is no like story that
Just,
because it makes it kind of sound like it's like at one of them like them video game championships, you know, where somebody does like that one move and then all the nerds go, oh no, that
all
was
right.
there hasn't been anything like that in like the hacking world or nothing like that I've seen so far. Just like some uh some 0 days, which meaning that like finding an exploit before anybody else can and just watching a company pretty much like scramble doing damage control. Like
Okay.
that's what like I normally like see. I'm not in like in that circle or the actual
Okay.
like other people who do like that stuff. But yeah, there hasn't been anything like that level yet on my end.
From
Okay.
your from your standpoint, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying basically. So it sounds like it's just everyday life. Sometimes, like as the average civilian, you know, your bank account might get scammed, or like maybe you're at the gas pump or something like that. It's kind of like it's major, but not on a bigger scale. But it happens to regular average Joes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um,
There is one example I have of that. That was an incident that happened at DEF CON. I think it was about like 7 years ago, where
okay.
somebody went into DEF CON with a backpack and they were just walking like normal, but in it had this device that they built that would detect the card strip of from like your ID or your credit cards or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of housing it, they found a way to broadcast it to all the monitors that was in that expo room, but blacked out the actual info or
Okay.
something like so. And that is low key pretty high flex on whoever did it. It's just like I could just I could just walk by you and own your stuff like that. That was I guess like an example that I think like reflects from what you was asking.
Mm. Okay. Perfect.
In your opinion, when they say, like on the news, they worried about China hacking us, is that how likely is that that we could get hacked by China?
Mm.
That that's a 50-50 split because there are bug bounty programs to defend that are designed to test and therefore defend like the government and stuff like that. So there are hackers that are out there that do um, like try to find a vulnerability before like trying to counter whatever and like report that so they could patch that up and make it and be more fortified and whatnot. So again, when it comes to the likelihood, it would have to be something that is so out of the box that hackers everywhere else in the world who are testing on government systems like have found, you know. So because like I was saying, it's a race against the clock, like whether or not you're doing it ethically or unethically. You know what I mean? So it's like you want to try to get that one thing before the other person gets it. And that's why I'm saying it's 50-50 split because it works like because it's the exact same thing in reverse.
Oh,
Where it's
that
like,
man.
will they get this? Will like it's like will China get this exploit first, or will somebody else in the U.S. or something like that who was trying to defend it? So yeah, that's basically like how it goes.
All right. With that being said, we're gonna go into another commercial break, man. We see y'all in a few seconds. All right, welcome back to Just Cooling Podcast. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We have
Please like and
Brian
subscribe.
on the right, Just Cooling Podcast show, man. He's dropping some gems. We've been
So
very gracious to have him on the show, and
Oh,
so
thank you.
glad to have him back. Yes,
so I
sir.
know some things about Brian that the listeners don't know, but let them know you make beats.
Man,
And let them
yes.
know what you like to use when making beats, and also let them know that some of the beat competitions you was in, when you had to make a beat
Oh,
and you gave it out and
Uh,
stuff like
I use Machine. I make hip hop and lo-fi. Uh, there's there was a website that was, and this was like years ago. I don't know if they still do it, but it was machinemasters.com, and every week they would
Mm.
do like a sample pack Saturday, and I was like so deeply into it. I would try to like to make uh what I could with their samples and stuff, and some of them actually like made it to air and one like some of their cuts and stuff. I think like four, like either four or five. I think I had some of my stuff in, I believe. But yeah, like Machine's been my main go to. I tried Ableton. I like Fruity Loops, but I just don't have it. But and I have seen some of like the Kai stuff. I haven't got any of the hardware though, but I'm already like Native Instruments like machined up with
Right,
with their
right.
drum pad and their keyboard and stuff that I got like a couple days ago. You know,
Okay.
And he makes
See,
some raw beats too. Matter of fact,
yeah,
I might have a few on my next album he don't know about. What?
what's up, man? Yeah, you been keeping them, huh? You been
Yeah, I got
hiding them, huh?
some joints he gave me a long time ago that sound like today. So
Oh, that's what's up, man. I want to hear
yeah,
them, man.
yeah, absolutely.
Hear them, man. You got some knockers, huh? Slappers. They say on the
I,
West Coast.
before we get off, I'm gonna put him on the mic test. I'm gonna have him give us at least a quick 15 or
I
20.
don't do them like that. Like, man, he probably wasn't even expecting that. Don't do them like
I
that.
He got something written over there. I know he
I
do.
can't. I can't. I got like too much anxiety on the recording, bro. I can't do that right
That's crazy, man. So, on a more serious note, man. So, like, what is your take on Brittany Griner being released from Russia, man? Like, what are your thoughts on that? You don't have to go too deep into it, but just, you know, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I didn't go in depth in it. I just kind
Okay.
of I looked at it from like a bird's eye view, just so I can see from all angles. Because I don't, I don't pick sides. I look at everything from the top down, so I can see like
Okay.
the whole picture. But I barely looked at that story from what I gathered. It it felt like it felt like there was like petty children because the whole
Mm,
thing was like bullshit. It just felt like
Mm.
that Russia was like, you hurt my feelings, and that's all it felt like it was. You know,
okay.
where like you guys are mean to me. I'm gonna take your basketball player. It was like the fuck, what for what? It's like there was
Yeah.
like nothing justified in that, and
Okay.
the
Yeah.
fact that like regardless of the fact that she's a woman, basketball player, woman of color, whatever. To me, she's both a human being as well as an American. So like
Right.
I'm happy that we have like a sister coming home safe. Like
Right. Right.
with no bullshit or whatever. Like definitely not like being treated a lot better, like how like some of the cops been treating like people and whatnot, people of color and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at it from like a human perspective. I don't care about politics. Politics to me is like middle school horse shit. Where it's just a bunch of babies crying. So I don't pay attention to that. I just look at it from a human perspective. Um,
Righteous.
yeah, I'm happy that like the human who was done wrong is home safe, and especially like a black woman, because it looked like they was trying to make like something out of her. But I was
Yes.
like just seeing, just like about like the conditions that she was in or whatever, and like yeah, I was like, no, that something's got to be done for that. Hopefully, and I definitely feel like good that she like is back home safe and whatnot, and I have to deal with that freaking grade school gulag or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Who inspires you to make beats?
That would be you.
Oh,
Um,
Ah, get out of here. Let
because
me get out of here.
uh,
oh, wow. Okay, DJ Quinn.
I not because he got me, not because Q got me into
Nice.
rapping and writing lyrics down and stuff like that, and then so
Dope.
it just kind of just like fell into that into that bowl there. You know what I mean? Where I was like, shit, I'm making lyrics and
Oh
stuff,
man,
and
I didn't even know that. Man, you gonna make me cry on set, brother.
Oh, man, you better not cry on
uh,
camera.
if he do, I'll try to remember some bars. I'll try to remember some
Go ahead,
bars.
cry,
Wait,
man.
If he try, if he.
Oh man, get that guy Oscar.
hey, this is a crazy part though. Even though he said I did, man, he surpassed me on everything though. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Yeah.
like, and I'm grateful for that, brother. Cause that brother, man, when he said you had some beats, I was like, oh my god, like these is they was raw. And then he could rhyme on top of that, and he was like, oh, I was like, oh yeah, he got some flow. So
That's dope, man. That's dope.
he,
He a humble brother, ain't he? He a humble brother.
man,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, I do call
Ooh,
myself the humble hacker.
The humble hacker.
Yeah,
humble hacker.
yep.
That'll work. That'll work, man.
Let me ask you this. I've always wanted to know this. How easy? I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't try to do it. But how easy would it be to try to hack into a bank system and grab a couple of
Oh,
thousand?
man, allergies. He ain't gonna don't answer
That'll
that.
that
They
depends
gonna
on
shut
how
stuff
that
down.
that's that depends on how much time you got, because you gotta be dedicated like a simp, man, in
Right.
order to get that. You gotta be like up under that. Like a girl you trying to impress. You say, me please, can you take these flowers and print? You have to be like that, you know.
Cause I'm sure they got people monitoring them all day, every day, or they
Yeah.
got they got a system in place that probably monitors it. You know what I'm saying? So
You got to be on that target like a ball and chain, man, so you can learn like the ins and outs and of how, not everything, but how like the important things work and
yeah.
whatnot.
And I'm sure it probably has been done for some people overseas, maybe.
hmm Yeah, and again, hacking ain't no hacked that nah. It's
Yeah.
people spending like months, if not years, on like one target where
Mm.
they are
Wow.
where they are in it, where they know more
Wow.
about it than the people who maintenance it. You know what I mean? Like that's like the depth that you have to go like for that.
So they're more married to their craft, whether it's illegal or legal. Like you have to be married and dedicated to like that. It seems like this is
Yeah.
not no fly by night type of deal. You got to really be in it.
No, and I learned that because I'm going to my mentor. Like I met him like 2 years ago. I started because he's in Belgium, and then I started trying to get into web hacking stuff, and like I was getting like nothing for like that 2 years. I I barely started getting stuff like last week. Where I was
Mm.
actually finding stuff. So it's one of them things where it's like you can't just like go like think that you're just gonna hack a target for 30 days and then find everything in it in that 30 days. It's like, no, you on there for 30 days to maybe find something that will pay out $200. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Oh
that's that's
man!
how it is.
That's crazy.
And
Wow.
that's why I was saying it's a rat race, because like you got to find the exploits that nobody else is finding, and that increases the payout that you get. But if you're getting like something that almost everybody else is getting, but you just get like but you just make like a small like variation of it, then you don't get that much from it. You know what I'm saying?
Whew. That's a lot.
Shouts out to your mentor, man. What's his name? From
Uh,
Belgium.
yeah, his name's Wes. His alias is the XSS Rat.
Shouts
That's
out to the XSS Rats.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to even repeat that one. Yeah, like that. I ain't about to mess that name up.
Shouts out to him. That's cool.
I'm not about to mess that one up. Man, that's dope, man. So, how can everybody get a hold of you, man? As far as just your social media, let everybody know what you got going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
especially
plug it.
your book you said you had coming out, all of that, man.
Oh yeah, all that.
Oh.
Plug that in, brother.
Yeah. My social media is going to be Shy Ronan. CH the number one R0 N1 N. That's you can find me on on Twitch. I'm getting back into live streams. I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow. I normally do a Saturday in the evening. That's same thing for my YouTube page for people who want to support. Like my channel, I have Patreon, same alias as well. That's yeah, I'm on TikTok as well. Yeah, that's like the main place I'd like to way like to find me and stuff like that. Just like from my handle.
When's your books coming out?
I'm adding content to it.
Okay.
Um, the the hacking course, that one's already done and out, but the bug bounty one, I'm still building that out. I just have to put together like some quizzes and three more videos and write some stuff down, and then it should be done by next year.
Okay. And where can we find your books at?
It's going to be on Podia. Uh, it's my mentor's like page, um, thexssrat.podia.com. That's where he has like all of his like his coursework and stuff that he has there. Actually, let me make sure that I'm looking at that right because I want to make sure that I don't screw that up.
All right.
Make sure that I have that like done correctly.
You gonna take us out with that 16 though?
Uh,
At least give
okay.
us 10 a bar.
Sweet Jesus in heaven. All right.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I was freaking out. I had it in my I had something in my head and I was trying like to remember it, but I can't. Something like that. But it was there though.
No, it's all good, man. We appreciate you coming through, Brian, man. And like I said, this is a different one for us because, especially for the kids, man. Everybody, there's different stuff you could do. You know what I'm saying? And his job pays for sure. So you know what I'm saying? For kids who want to do something different, hey, the hacking business is computer
Yeah,
business, in general. So
Yeah.
and it's always evolving. So with that being said, man, I like to end the show with a closing quote. It's pretty short and simple. It go like this: creativity is intelligence having fun. Say it one more time. Creativity is intelligence having fun. That's by Albert Einstein. I thought about that when we were about to interview you, and so hopefully you appreciate that quote. Once again, we appreciate you, Brian, for coming on to our show, man. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure chopping up with you,
absolutely,
brother.
absolutely. Next time we got to get that 16 from you
Yeah,
though.
we still
Oh, in
waiting
that
on
beat, in
that,
that
man.
beat, in that beat for sure.
We still waiting on that, brother.
I will have it.
Hey, if you do start fighting again, we could be your money team. We get behind you.
All right.
You know what
We got
I'm
Right on. I'm with it. I'm with it.
saying?
All right, man. There's nothing else left to say, man. We out here.
Peace.
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 Good looking
All
out, man.
right.
All right,
All
brother.
right.
Thank you.
Peace.